Hello, this is Allie with the Perception Trainers, author of The Perception Diet, and today I am here to talk to you about why you need to stop trying to get out of your mind. Okay, so before I start, I want to say that the intention with this video is the exact same for every video that I make. I am not here to call anyone out. I am not here to say that someone is right or someone is wrong, or that someone's teachings are wrong or ideas are wrong or bad or anything like that. I am simply here to provide an alternate perspective that can hopefully make you feel freer and lighter and happier, and to help assist you along your journey towards, inner peace. And so just like with all my other videos, that is my intention for this video as well. So I want to talk to you today about why the teaching that you need to transcend your mind, or get out of your mind, or move from your mind into your heart, or eradicate your mind, or get rid of your thoughts, or any of these anything along this theme is not helpful for your spiritual path, and that we are ready to transcend that and what you can do instead. Okay? So to begin, this idea that our minds are a tripping point for us on our spiritual path, on our personal growth path, on our self-development path is a really, really commonly held belief, right? It's a common teaching. And like I said, it comes in many, many different forms. So for instance, we have the get out of your mind and into your heart teaching. We have the you need to transcend your mind, you must overcome your mind. We have the desire is the root of all suffering teaching, which is kind of an offshoot of the mind is a bad thing teaching. The ego is edging God out or something like that. It's all kind of one big thing, right? So this idea that the mind is either, just like a tripping point for us, all the way to the mind being like evil and something we need to eradicate from our existence. And this teaching has served us in a way, right? Up until now, it's not been that bad, because it has helped people who were very, very identified with their minds and very, very identified with their self-concept start to see that, you are not your mind fully, right? And because a lot of us walk around very, very identified with our minds, and this teaching of transcending the mind has helped us in a way to just start to question how much weight we place on the mind and how much weight we place on our thoughts. But to say that we need to eradicate the mind or get rid of the mind or move out of the mind and into the heart or any of these teachings, I believe we are ready to graduate from that idea onto something that's far more helpful and far more beneficial. So to illustrate my point, I want to tell you a little story. So when I was a little kid, I remember once I was playing outside doing something silly that I probably shouldn't have been doing, and I ended up getting a really bad, painful cut on my thumb. And the cut was not serious, like I definitely didn't need stitches or anything like that, but when you're young, pain is painful and blood is scary. And so I ran inside and I Daddy, my thumb hurts so bad, I cut it so bad, it's so bad, it hurts, ow, just make it stop. And he was like, okay, Alyssa, just wait, I'll go get the knife and we'll cut it off. And for a second I was like, yeah, if we just cut it off it'll stop hurting. But then I was like, no, I want to keep my thumb, we can't cut off my thumb, I need to keep my thumb. And so he was like, oh, I'm just kidding, right? So of course, the levity helped me to stop freaking out a little bit, the joke of he's gonna cut off my thumb. And then, we cleaned it out, we put a band-aid on it, kissed it better, and then I went back to playing. And it's the exact same thing with your mind, okay? So, the root of this, we need to get out of our minds, we need to transcend our minds, we need to get rid of our minds, we need to stop having thoughts. The root of all of these teachings is actually in pain and suffering and unhealed wounds. It is not rooted in love, because we know this, right? Like, this is not just my opinion, we know that this teaching is not rooted in love, because love's intention is never to separate, right? Love's intention is to unify. Always unity, always healing, always bringing together. Okay, so this teaching that there's something wrong with our minds, or that we need to get rid of our minds or transcends our mind, doesn't align with love. It doesn't align with the teaching of love, right? And it's just like when you cut your thumb. There's an initial moment where thinking that getting rid of the thumb that is causing you so much pain might be a good solution, right? When you're in a lot of pain, it makes sense. Like if you have like a really, really, really bad stomach ache or something like that, sometimes you hear like, oh, I just want to cut my stomach out because it just hurts so bad, or I wish I could just like lop my head off when you have a really bad headache. But of course, we know that in the long run, you don't want to actually get rid of that part of your body that's hurting. You want to heal that part of your body. And so when we are looking at this, we need to get rid of our minds, we need to get out of our minds teaching, what we're really hearing is someone saying to us that I have some pain. My mind is causing me pain. The thoughts that are in my mind are causing me pain. The beliefs that are in my mind are causing me pain. And I don't know how to heal that pain, so I just want to get rid of it, right? And the temptation to just deny or try and cut off or sever the thing that's causing us pain makes a lot of sense, right? Like that's a human thing, right? Just get rid of it. Think of even Western medicine, right? When there's something wrong and we don't really know how to handle it, just cut it out. Just surgically remove it. And what I'm saying is that really the true teaching is not that we need to get rid of the mind. It's not that we want to cut off your thumb. It's that we want to heal the mind. We want to heal the ego. We want to heal and reintegrate these portions of ourselves that are causing us pain, okay? And so there's a quote from Albert Einstein, and he says, look deep into nature and you will understand everything better. And I think that this quote is really, really powerful and is a really good metaphor to help me illustrate this point as well. Because our bodies are our most profound experience of nature that we have, right? Our bodies are absolutely nature. And it's a part of nature that we're continually, fully and completely, intimately connected with, right? And so I want to say to you, what would happen to your body if you cut out your mind? Would your heart be able to function? Would you be able to live with just your heart? Probably not. Or not probably not, you definitely wouldn't. And it's the same thing in reverse. If you cut out your heart, your brain's not going to be able to keep functioning, right? It works together. And when there's something wrong with the mind or something wrong with the heart, it's going to cause pain to alert us that there's something going wrong, right? When there's pain in our body, it's not because our body is messed up and we need to get rid of that part of our body, right? When our body is in pain, it's showing us that there's something that's gone off center, there's something that's gone off kilter, something that needs healing attention, right? And if our bodies didn't feel pain, we would be in real trouble, right? If you cut your thumb and felt no pain and you just kept going on with what you're doing and without dealing with it at all, it's going to get infected. You could end up with a blood infection that can spread to your heart, that can spread to your lungs, it can cause a stroke, and you can have all of these like major emergencies go on in your body if there was no pain alerting you to the fact that there's a problem. And it's the same thing with your mind, okay? If your mind is causing you pain, it's not because you need to transcend your mind. It's not because you need to eradicate your mind from yourself. It's not because you need to get rid of something. It's because your mind is saying, hey, you're believing things that are not in alignment with your truth. You have some things going on up here in your mind that are not helping you be the most vibrant, alive, self-aware version of yourself that you can be. And it's not because your mind is broken or needs to get, kicked out of you. It's that it needs to be healed. It needs to be brought to the surface. It needs to be loved, and it needs to be reintegrated. Okay, and the last thing I want to say is, many people have had experiences where they felt like they have gone out of their minds, right? And a lot of the time, these experiences happen within a traumatic experience. So we're experiencing some sort of trauma, and it's too much for our minds, and it's almost like we dissociate, and we feel like we're living just from our heart, and we feel like we've gotten out of the mind, and we're on this other level of just like pure love or pure whatever, and we feel like we're experiencing that. And then when we drop back out of that experience, back into our thinking mind, back into logic and cognitive function, it's often painful, right? It hurts because the pain that happened in your mind that caused you to dissociate in the first place hasn't been healed. And that doesn't mean that you need to now get rid of your mind, or that there's something that living in that pure heart space was the right thing and now thinking is the wrong thing. What it means is that you need to heal what happened in your mind, and you need to integrate that experience, and you need to grieve the loss of or whatever it is that caused that experience. You need to feel those feelings and definitely bring it into your heart, but it's not to show you that your mind is evil and it's the thing that's tripping you up from inner peace, or the thing that's tripping you up from being the person that you want to be. Your mind is an excellent, excellent servant for being here on this planet and living a life of being light and serving and everything that you want to be. It's not that you need to get rid of your mind to do that. You need to heal your mind so that it's on board with living that way. Does that make sense? So this is my take on the whole get out of your mind, get rid of your mind, live in your heart thing. It all works together. It needs to be integrated. Your mind and your heart are intimately connected, and trying to get rid of one or the other isn't going to work, and it isn't the answer. They need to be healed and integrated, and every single part of you is for your good. Okay? You were not, this is not some cosmic joke where we were meant to be these heart-centered beings that don't have a mind, and we just like got this mind for like a trick to try and like overcome. No, the mind is there to be on your side. The mind is there to help you do what you're here to do, but it needs to be healed. If it's in pain, right? If you are someone who's a marathon runner and you injure your foot, you gotta heal your foot before you can run the marathon. It's not about cutting off your foot so you can keep running, right? It's about healing the foot, then you can keep running. So heal the mind. Heal your mind. Love your mind. Embrace your mind. Integrate your experiences. Integrate your thoughts. Integrate your painful emotions. Go into all of this stuff and come through it the other side. The light that you always have been and that you always will be, right? Any pain in your mind, just like any pain in your body, any pain in your heart, it's just a call for you to love yourself deeper, okay? It's not a call for you to try and get rid of something that is you. The mind is not there to mess you up. It's there to help you, okay? So learn, integrate, have the experience, go through it. Learn to become best friends with your mind, because your mind is a very important part of you, and it is a very important part of divinity. Just like everything is God, including your mind and including your ego. So integrate, learn to love, see it that way, and you will be so much more powerful and so much more able to do the light work that you want to do here on this planet when your mind is integrated and healed than when you're trying to run away from it. And so I really hope that this has brought you some peace, and I hope that maybe even if your mind doesn't agree with this right now, that maybe you feel in your body a little sense of relaxation that you don't have to get rid of your mind, and that this impossible task of getting rid of desire or getting rid of thoughts or whatever isn't something that you have to do. And that healing and integration is really the key. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, disagree with me, agree with me, like, comment, subscribe. I love hearing from you. Follow us on Facebook. I post there every single day, Perception Trainers. And I'm on Instagram, Urban Fruit Bat. And yeah, until the next video, have a good day.